Wow, look, we managed to smile. We managed to put a smile on these black-ass faces on this week in America in 2016.
Oh, it's Still Diverted.
What is today's date? What up, people? Today is July 8th. This is Still Diverted. Today we are talking about not Russell Wilson and Ciara getting married, not Tamar running into executives of the Real at Essence Fest, because there is really much more important shit going on. So, today, all things, exactly. Let's start the show.
Alright, so as you guys know, we're supposed to be doing Spirit Week, which we're still going to continue doing, but because this week has been filled with social disparities within the black community, we have to talk about it. We feel compelled to
This
talk
almost
about
feels
it.
like special edition, but it's not special edition because...
We always talk about...
Okay. Well, you have to open your mouth. Oh, you did that too quickly. You need to relax.
It's not that kind of show, okay? It's not that kind of show.
It's always that kind of show. Because, and first of all, just really quickly, so we're going to get into everything, you know, what happened, media reaction, social media, y'all talking, y'all share, everybody talking their shit. But I just love...
Everybody talking their shit.
But I just love that black people can always find a way to laugh. But it's just like, wow, like even when shit is completely fucked up in this country, like, you know... The bottom of the bottom, we can still find time to make a laugh. And no, for real, that really is black people. Like, always finding the pain, always finding the joy in the pain. Always. So.
No, actually.
Oh, I can't actually say the tweet, because there was no meme involved. I had to think about what it was.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Somebody on Twitter said, we need, times like this, we need Lauryn Hill and Erykah Badu to lead us. And somebody else will quote the retweet and reply. So it could be late and wrong. And I was like, no, legit.
No, somebody definitely tweeted, Taxstone actually tweeted that we shouldn't be asking celebrities for their handouts or to make speeches. Like, nobody wants to hear Soulja Boy say anything about the black community. I'm just
not at all, Soulja. Not at all, my brother.
It's like, I can't.
Not at all.
I can't. So let's get into it.
So where do we start? So let's start Wednesday night.
No. Monday night.
What happened on Monday? Oh, goodness. Right. Okay, so you take it. You take the lead.
Okay, so Delron Small, 37 years old, who lives in Brooklyn, East New York. For those who didn't hear the story, don't worry, I didn't hear it either until after Philando, after Alton, which is weird because, like, I live in New York. Why didn't I hear the story? But, of course, as us as a people, we don't hear these stories until we're actually on social media. So Delron was in the car with his girlfriend, Saquana Albert, and she was with their 5-month-old son and her 2 teen daughters. My heart is beating fast. Because I don't know.
Yeah.
I told you I did not want to do this. Ay. And...
Take your time.
So stupid.
Editing is here for a reason. You're not going to see me shitting them. I've cried once on this show, and that's it.
Oh, my God. Okay. Long story short. So, it was like some sort of road rage, and Delron was cut off by Wayne Isaacs, who's in the NYPD, but he was off duty at the time. He just got off of, I think, a midnight shift, and so he cut Isaac, and Isaac got upset.
Cut him off. Big difference. He cut Isaac.
Right.
2 totally different things.
Good job.
I tried.
And he cut him off. Isaac got out the car, went to Wayne's car. Shoot. Small got out the car, went to Isaac's car.
Small is the pedestrian. Wayne is the cop.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And he went to his car. His window was already open. Allegedly started punching him in his face. And the off-duty cop took out his gun and shot him in the head and in his chest. His wife, his girlfriend...
Go ahead.
His wife and his girlfriend tried to hold him back before he went to the other person's car. Of course, he didn't know that he was an off-duty cop. But even though, so Small was in the wrong for going to the car, punching the guy in the face. But also, I don't know, just being in East New York, I don't know many people who, I'm not from East New York, but knowing East New York, from what I do know, people fight the fair one, and people move on. This guy just shot him. And Yeah, so Zaquana Albert has said, I appreciate all the
Now,
prayers.
was that the girlfriend that was in the car?
Yeah.
Okay.
She said, I appreciate all the well wishes, but my heart aches for this man and my son who will never remember his dad and a great dad he was to my baby. So, yeah, that was crazy. And NYPD won't release the footage.
Don't do it to me. Do not do it. Keep
I'm
talking.
just trying
Keep
to.
talking.
He tried, NYPD won't release the footage.
Not surprising.
That happened on July 4th.
Mm-hmm.
That day they were on their way to a family cookout. And then that happened in the midst of it. And recently there have been protests on Atlantic Avenue. There have been vigils, candle lightings, and a lot of people just yelling, when will this stop? Okay, now we can move on to the stories that actually have sparked the nation.
What do you say? Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, I don't even know how to approach this correctly. Like, I don't even...
Let's just continue finishing the stories, and then we will tell them anything else that's essential.
I feel like this is about to go
media,
from
ratings, killings,
professional. Well, this show is never professional, but from professional to personal. Like, I can't even begin to, like, this person got shot, here, doing this, doing that. Like, you can handle that if you want. I'm just ready to go.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
So, well, don't let me go. At least.
No, because I can't,
names.
Alton Sterling, 37 years old, was in front of a store where he's known to sell CDs. His friend, actually, Abdullah Maflahi, excuse me if I said that wrong, said that it was alright. He's known, I was going to say Albert. He's known Alton for over 6 years. Supposedly they got a call saying that there was this guy with a gun in front of a store selling CDs, and the cops ran up on him, pushed him down to this ground. Of course, I feel like Albert, I don't know if you're hearing that he did resist.
Mm-hmm.
Did he?
I haven't watched the videos. I haven't watched any video from anything that's happened over the past 72 hours.
From what we've seen in the video, he's on the ground. One cop is on top of him. Another cop has his knee on his left arm, and they shot him. This man is leaving
6 times.
6 times.
6 full-blown shots.
In the chest and in the back. 5 kids he leaves behind. They lived in a shelter. He loved to cook.
Yeah, both police officers.
Louisiana.
Both 28. One by the name of Blaine Salamani, and then the other one by the name of Howie Lake II. Like I said, both 28. Less than 5 years on the force. Both of them, and they have now been placed on paid administrative leave. But of course, because what else is going to happen to them? So that was Tuesday. Wednesday, Philando Castile.
Right. So Diamond Reynolds is in the car. She's on Facebook Live. Which
wait, go ahead.
That was very smart.
Which was very smart. Very smart.
That it was on Facebook Live.
Way better than I could have been.
Yeah.
Because I could not have been sitting next to, was that her fiance?
It was her boyfriend.
A boyfriend.
Yeah.
But, like, to be sitting there and I lied. I did see some of the videos, but I only saw the videos once they made it to TV, and it was, like, the cleaned up version. Because I really can't watch people die. Like, I don't know how y'all have the ability to sit and watch that, but, like, I couldn't sit and watch that.
Considering they've been on CNN and like, within 10 minutes, they've been playing, like, 6 times
the
video over and over
like,
and over and over. Families keep reliving it. But moving along, so they were in the car. Basically what happened was that he had a broken taillight. And the cop came up to the car, and Philando said, I have a licensed weapon, and I'm going to get my driver's license out of my pocket.
Because when you get pulled over and you have a license, if you have a registered weapon on you, you're supposed to tell the officer, hey girl, have a registered weapon. Not gonna shoot you, gonna get my ID. But this officer felt otherwise.
Yanez approached the car. Castile tells Yanez that what he has, what he's gonna get. He pulls out he's attempting to pull out his ID, and he gets shot. 4-year-old daughter in the back of the car. They were in the precinct, no food, no water until 5 a.m. And during that time, the woman was separated from her daughter. Castile's birthday was 9 days away too, and this girl just graduated or was going to graduate from pre-K, and she wanted her stepfather or her father figure to be there, and he couldn't. So she says, I've already made my statement and I don't want to keep reliving this moment. And she says that Phil was her best friend because she has nobody in Minnesota. She doesn't know anybody in Minnesota. It's just her and her daughter and Phil. Valeria Castile, Phil's mom, says that after the autopsy was completed, she still wasn't allowed to see her son's body at the coroner's office because of an investigation. Okay. Alton is the 558. I hope I'm saying that right. Or is it 588? 588 guy to be killed in 2016. According to The Guardian is putting up, or The Guardian has been putting up, all the people who have died at the hands of police brutality throughout 2016. And it's just sad.
Yep.
So how?
So here's my thing. It's moments like this, and it's things like this that happen in this country that where you really, not to say where you realize this is not your country, but it's just like shit like this really seals the deal. And then Independence Day, just not even a week ago, just on Monday, and I was one of the many people Independence Day, for what? What independent where?
You saw my Instagram.
Yeah, no, and then people had the nerve to be on Twitter and Facebook talking about y'all sound dumb, this is our country, so on and so forth. And then 2 days later, 2 solid ass days, y'all are the same ones talking about, oh, this is so unfortunate, but Black.Lives.Matter. And I'm just like, when we were trying to tell y'all just 2 days ago that this is not, not to say our country, because, we've helped build this country way more than, the people in charge
Correct.
really have.
Accurate. But
to say that, we don't even get treated like, a loyal fucking citizen in our own country. And it's just like, I hope this has now opened up y'all eyes. And I saw so many statuses, and it was so unfortunate, but I saw so many people that, I don't know, maybe they were quiet during, the Trayvon, I don't even want to say era, but, during the Trayvon days, during, the Michael Brown days, the Sandra Bland days, and it's just like, this is now my first time speaking up because I don't want to be one of those black people. And it's just the fact that y'all, I guess, I don't know if it's you're afraid of white people or you value the opinions of white people too much, but the fact that y'all was so adamant about staying silent about something that was so prevalent to your people is so unfortunate. I'm happy that y'all are speaking up now, but it's just the fact of, the fact that you at least at one point in time had to think, oh my God, let me be silent because I don't want to seem like one of those angry black people where it's just if you're going to be the... I have to breathe because I feel myself running a marathon. If you were going to be one of those black people to a white person, you're going to be that black person regardless. Whether you're in college, whether you sell weed, whether you wear your pants below your ass, whether you wear a suit, no matter what you do, no matter how you present yourself in this world, if somebody's going to view you as one of those black people, you are just going to be one of those black people. So it doesn't matter how you present yourself. It doesn't matter what you tweet. It doesn't matter what you post. If you're that person, you're going to be that person. And there's been a lot of y'all that... I'm trying not to preach. I don't want to preach. I'm not Donnie McClurkin. I'm not Al Sharpton. I don't want to preach.
Go ahead,
but
brother.
The fact that there were so many of y'all that were, and this is across the board, because I feel like let me not say if you didn't, post about this, you're not down for the cause, because everybody is not as, I don't want to say intellectual, but everybody can't express themselves through print. Some people have to speak, some people just have to, people deal with things differently. So I don't want to say just because you didn't tweet or post anything that you're not down for the movement, but the fact that so many people were silent until last night when the officers in Dallas got shot, and that was your first moment to speak up and say, shit in this country has got to change, you're part of the problem. You're the type of person that I don't want around. The fact that it's been 48 hours, plenty of black people have died, but the fact that you waited until it was these officers that were killed to say, wow, this is really unfortunate. We have got to do better in this country. It's just no shit. No shit, Susie. And so all people that were silent, I really hope y'all, first of all, I hope you never have to deal with this. I hope it's never your brother, your father, your mother, your sister, your aunt, your niece, your nephew, your cousin. And stop trying to eliminate black women from this entire situation. Because people say, our black men in our country aren't safe. No, black people in our country aren't safe. Just because the number of black men, casualties to black women has been severely more. Don't act like black women are not involved in this conversation, because people keep saying our black men, our black brothers. This is our black everybody. And to the black brothers that I need you to jump in because if not, I'm just going to be a rollaway train. To the black brothers that continuously shit on black women and, I only date white girls or, I only date, very, very, very fair skin, Latina women. Not to say Latina women aren't on the front lines because they are. And I appreciate it. There was a march that went past my job yesterday. I need you to jump in because I'm just going. I need to catch my breath. There was a march that rolled past my job yesterday.
That my sister actually went to, and
exactly,
her friend
right.
Alvaro
Wait, don't jump
and
in yet.
Taji.
Wait. Let me just get this point out.
Shout out to you guys.
Right, no, legit. But, literally marched past my job yesterday, 42nd Street, Heart of New York City. Everybody, black, white, Asian, Latino.
As always.
Always.
If you've ever been to a protest, it's
legit.
not just black people.
It's the black women that are on the front lines that are defending y'all black asses when we die.
If you ever see the leading people at these protests.
Literally, it's 3 black women that, have come together and said, we need to put a stop to this. So the fact that, when it comes times for, don't look at me, when it comes time for, shit to go down and people to really be about it.
Right.
The white girls aren't on the front lines like that. The girls that you're abandoning because you don't date black women, because you don't find black women beautiful, those girls aren't the ones, I don't need you to preach, those aren't the ones
it's a preach,
that are on the front line. It's the black girls that you find ugly. It's the black girls that you hate their natural hair, you hate the way they look, you hate everything about them. When it comes time for shit to really be about it, who's on the front lines? Keisha, Pam,
Zaquana,
Diamond,
Valerie.
I don't know where Becky's at. I don't know where, Kathleen is at. I don't know where these other girls are at. So the fact that y'all continually drag black women and treat black women like shit when they are the ones that are truly on the front line. We have to take a lot of cuts in this show because, anyway, this is going to be a long show. I don't even think I'm going to cut out most of this because I want to keep most of it in just because if you watch this whole thing, salute to you. If you don't, more power to you. This just needs to happen. So, last night on social media, Fetty Wap jumps on Twitter, and this is why some of y'all really need to think before y'all tweet. And I saw a lot of dumb shit on my timeline too, but shit that's on my timeline, not to say I give less of a fuck about, but it's the fact that Fetty Wap has such a voice and such a platform, and the fact that he jumped on Twitter last night and said, "My kids aren't mixed, .. hashtag All Lives Matter." Now, Fetty Wap has since I just want to shut up this whole story. Fetty Wap has since taken down the tweet. He said that he was misinformed and he didn't know exactly, I guess, what All Lives Matter meant, or somehow, some way, somehow, some way he got it misconstrued of what All Lives Matter meant. So he's now taken down the tweet. He has apologized, but go.
Fetty Wap? Hi, how are you? I'm Kenya, also known as DJ Man. Okay, this is Malcolm. This is Still Diverted.
Hey, girl.
I want to let you know that you're from Jersey, right? Patterson, right?
Patterson, you sure right, of all
Patterson.
places. Black-ass Patterson.
There's this place called Tom River, New Jersey. Literally crazy thing that just happened this week. There was this white guy who took out his gun, like literally had time to dig in his pocket, took out his gun, and shot at a cop. He was arrested. He went to jail. Actually had time to go into a cop car.
Get handcuffed.
And went to a precinct, my brother.
The fact that the officer, mind you, this happened last night. The heat of Dallas, shit trending, breaking news, and the fact that 2 officers had granted this man, I guess, the right, the ability, the chance to pull out a gun, almost shoot them, and still live to see the light of day.
Alton.
Like, still live to see the light of day.
Philando. Brother, I'm just gonna need you to close both of your eyes. Okay?
You are going to hell. Somebody on Twitter last night, though, was like, y'all can't blame Fetty Wap. He only sees half the situation. I said, I hate y'all. I hate y'all so much. I hate all of you.
That's funny.
Oh, my goodness. And some of y'all are so silent, and your silence is so loud.
And
it is so loud.
And at first, I was saying, like, I get it. You work with white people, so maybe that's why.
Fuck that. Like, who cares?
And, like, who runs your company? It's with white people. I get it. But then I'm like, no, I don't. Because you're still black.
Exactly.
Your kids are black. Your mother's black. Your father's black. The community you live in is black.
Or maybe not.
Or maybe not. But before you decided to work for so-and-so, before you decided to take this position...
For anything of these other things came into the picture.
Baby.
You looked right in the mirror and said, oh, hey, my skin is nice and chocolatey. But some of y'all seem to forget that.
I just want to say that everybody who's expressing themselves over social media, don't ever feel like whatever people say, like, you now have to hold back what you feel. The reason why we know these things is because of the platforms that we have. So if you feel the need to reciprocate that and indulge a little bit and dive down and talk with your brothers and sisters over social media, go ahead. Let yourself go. And when people say, well, you weren't at the protest, don't ever feel like just because you wasn't at the protest, like now you can't talk at all. Yeah. Talk your talk, get to know, understand, learn what you have to learn, and go out there when you're ready to. You understand? But go out there.
Because those front lines aren't for everybody.
As
someone that has been on them many of times and will be on them many times again.
Over 40 people were arrested yesterday.
Yeah.
There are times where remember when me and Sid had that protest?
Yeah.
Where after
even Nia almost got one of our, like, it happens. You really have to go out there with a clear head, and you can't go out there too bucky. And I understand in moments like this, you feel bucky, like you feel ready to rock, but you just gotta chill out. Because
understand that it's a different time for us, but the times have not changed.
No.
We weren't there for Amadou Diallo, but we were there for Michael Brown. You understand? And we're not going anywhere. And since I've been protesting, since Malcolm's been protesting, what we learned is that we can't stop. When you go out, it's weird. It's like getting a tattoo almost. You know how people get addicted to tattoos?
Yeah.
And they get mad tattoos.
Yeah.
Like, I want another one. It's the same thing with a protest, you know? Or Betty, it's
because you just want to keep fighting the fight. Once you go to one protest, going. You're just you're like, shit, like we need to keep this up. And we gotta keep going.
Don't ever feel like, oh, I don't want to go to a protest because it's not really doing anything. I don't want to boycott because it's not going to do anything.
There's strength in numbers.
Hello.
There's strength in numbers.
Come on.
Last night, I think it was 5 officers got shot and 5 officers shot, 7 wounded. I think there were 2 civilians that were... Now I'm just reading through my notes, so just bear with me. 2 civilians were also wounded in the shooting. The killer has been identified as... Oh, crap. What is his full name?
I was about to...
Micah X. Johnson. So, Micah X. Johnson was killed when apparently a police robot detonated and it had a bomb in it. And that was after a standoff that lasted for several hours. So, I'm a little iffy on that story, but I'll just give you the facts as they're being delivered to us. So, he was in the U.S. Army Reserve, and he... whatever. I'm not even going to get to the speculations of what he might have said and how he might have felt, but all in all, these people have died, and is this unfortunate? Absolutely. It's just as unfortunate as when,
Oh, wait, no.
What happened?
Sean King had said the Dallas shooter had been identified as Micah Johnson, and the Dallas PD admits they deliberately blew him up with a bomb attached to a robot, so we'll never quite understand much more about that story, because I guess...
Because now it's just going to be the headlines and the bystanders. It's just like...
Imagine if we blew up every police officer that shot a black man.
Imagine people just like gorillas. Because we'd be treated a whole lot better in this country. The fact that, what the fuck, Harambe was breaking news. Like, you could not go on social media and not hear about that fucking gorilla. And while, listen, shout out to Peter, love y'all dearly, great, still gonna eat my chicken, gonna do what I have to do. But the fact that gorilla was literally breaking news. Like, it was on the front of every newspaper, every headline, everything. And it's just like, 2 people shot, killed, black. Right. In less than 24 hours, and it's barely a whisper. Twitter knows, Facebook knows, but
literally 3 people. 3 people consecutively.
And it's just like...
all week.
It's just amazing how... And this is why, and I'm not... Let me not say I don't want to harp on race, but race is obviously the factor in this.
This is...
Yes.
This is the show.
I should have said, this is the show. But it's just it's truly amazing how... And I was saying this before the week you weren't here, but with the guy that raped that girl at Stanford...
Oh, and he only got 6 months.
Yeah, it's truly amazing how white people get such a different treatment than black people in this country. Because even Dylan Roof, who went to a church, shot up 9 black people, before he got taken to jail, gave him a bulletproof vest... and a trip to Burger King. Nigga, you just shot 9 black people and you're asking for a Whopper? And the fact that the police complied enough to be like, all right, let's just drive him through the drive-thru. It is... It's amazing. And amazing is the wrong word because amazing makes something seem like it's a good thing, but it is mind-blowing. It is truly... I'm flabbergasted
It's incredible.
I'm flabbergasted right now.
Really extraordinary.
It's just like, how? While it's very unfortunate what happened to those officers in Dallas, you know who's to blame for all of this? The judicial system. Because the fact they have let so many cops get off time and time and time again. It's almost like this is almost like facing the bully. Like, it's only but for so long where you're gonna try to find another alternative to wanting to, not fight the bully. Like, after a while, just be like, all right, you know what? Fuck it, let's fight. Because it's just like lawmakers and the people that have let these cops off have made it so hot in this country. It's literally 1,000 degrees for no reason. You're not gonna really just cut on the AC. You're not gonna really just stop all of this shit. But the fact that you keep letting, time and time again, paid leave, no indictment, all these things that keep happening. That has happened because of everything in the past.
Really trying to start a war. Like,
I really think so.
Really, and it's like, why do you hate us so much?
What did we do to you? Because we're so black. Because we're
so
so fabulous. Because we're so fine. Because we're so good looking. Because we're so talented. Because we're so of these things that you were just so envious of. Like, just so envious for no reason. Back to yesterday. So, the protest, this show is all over the place. If y'all are keeping up, we really do appreciate it. But if you... I know y'all are in it because I see my timeline, so I know y'all minds are scattered just like ours. But yesterday I'm at work, and there's a, what is it called? A protest. So it's a protest that marches past my job on 42nd Street, and so I hear Black.Lives.Matter, Black.Lives.Matter. I'm like, yes. Like, so happy, take over 42nd Street, y'all, like, kill this shit. Like, I was just so proud. Like, I was almost ready to cry at work. Like, I was just so proud to see everybody outside protesting. So, mind you, I'm supposed to be at work, like, literally working. I'm literally pressed up against the window, just watching people walk by. Like, not even try, like a kid trying to go outside and play on the swings. Like, but I wanna go out there and be with them, like, literally not working at all. I'm just like, I'm at this window. Please say something to me, because I'm just not in the mood today. So, getting misty, watching people walk by. So, a couple people like that I work with come by the window, and I actually don't know this guy personally. He says, I guess this is pertinent, but good for them. When I tell you, in that moment, the rage that took over my body, I'm about to cry right now. The rage that took over my body, I can't even explain words. Like, I can't even explain that. And did I say he was a white guy? Mm-hmm. So, like I said.
Oh, no, you didn't. I assumed it was. Continue.
Well, assumptions are correct. And I was just like, you assume this is pertinent? Like, you... Not even...
What did you say?
I said nothing. I said absolutely nothing. I was first of all, I was in such a mode watching them walk by that I was just in my mode. But, like, when I heard that, it took everything in me, like, not to come out my face. Because if I would come out my face, it would have been exactly what this show is right now. And it wouldn't have been, like, a simple 2 sentences like, oh, well, it took every fiber of my being to not come out and drag him up and down 42nd Street. And I'm just like, the fact that you don't even appreciate, not even a black life, a life in America. Like, the fact that you have to word it as this, I guess this is pertinent to them. Like, oh, I guess this is important. So, good for them. And it's just like...
Like, it just doesn't matter to you.
It doesn't matter at all. And it's just like, as someone that, like, obviously I know white people, but I don't run in a whole lot of white social circles. My social circles are very black, very African-American, very Hispanic. So even the people that, like, on Facebook, like, which I haven't dealt with, but people, like, arguing with people on their timeline, I haven't dealt with those people, maybe because those people know who the fuck I am, so they know.
All the black people or people of color who haven't dealt with ignorance.
Exactly. Like, me, I don't know if people just know who the fuck I am, and I've honestly been like this since like the 6th grade. You ask people in high school, like people in high school in drama class used to make jokes about it because I would literally sit there and read shit, and I'd be like, well, where are the black people?
I just want to say that for the people who are posting, people who are getting very... You don't have to come for anybody's ideologies. You don't have to go out of your way and say, let me explain this to you. Let me tell you how this is. Especially if they're non-black. I want you to know that when somebody's dying out there and I post a post, I'm mourning my brothers. I'm mourning my sisters. I'm mourning somebody's father. I'm mourning somebody's cousin. I'm mourning somebody's nephew. I'm mourning somebody's stepdad. I'm mourning somebody's father figure. I'm mourning somebody's teacher. Because that could have been mine. You know what I mean? That could have been mine. So I'm mourning right now.
It is ours.
And I'm sad right now. Like, I'm wearing black right now. I'm feeling proud right now. But I'm sad right now. So what you're not going to do.
You sound like somebody I know.
What you're not going to do is try to invalidate my statements by asking me, well, why is this happening? And who is they? And what is there? Like somebody
They are you. They are the people that can't.
Somebody really had the nerve to ask me. And this is how you have to deal with people like that. Especially if they're white. Because some of them just don't understand. This is how you deal with them. You ask them, what are your intentions? And if they say blatantly, like the guy said to me, that he has no intentions, let me tell you something. When you're in any relationship, when you have any kind of friendship, and there are no intentions behind it, when you're trying to set up an agenda, then it's a waste of time. I told him, you are wasting my time because you don't care. Your intentions are not even pure. But he told me that he has a right to know, even if he's not black. Sweetie, you're entitled. You're in Italy with your fiance, and you're commenting on my post in Brooklyn.
Rewind. Go back to exactly what you just said. You're what?
You're entitled.
And that's the problem. It's the fact that you've come from this such entitled lifestyle where you don't even know what it's like to be the oppressed. If shit is not directly affecting you in your pockets, you're like, well, that's unfortunate. Sorry to hear about that. Like,
I understand you don't care. But don't care somewhere else. Don't comment, like I said, while I'm in this state of mind. I'm in this place. I have a lot of pro-black people on my timeline, and I appreciate all of you because it's been a lot of love. It's been a lot of intellectual people that don't usually speak are speaking.
No, for real.
And there's so much light, but there's also so much like we have to do now. I mean, so much we've been doing now. Like so much there's like, it's unlimited. At this point, you know what I mean? And I feel like there are people who are just like, what are we going to do? How are we going to do this? There are people who are like, well, we need to stop doing this. We need to stop arguing. Let's just talk. Let's get together and like talk about it, because constant arguing, constant back and forth. Let's just stop trying to belittle each other for a second. You know what I mean? Stop trying to downplay each other's statements. Somebody might not have the most vocabulary than you, or like extensive vocabulary than you. Then don't downplay them. You understand? Because it's like talking to a child. Like, you still have to talk to them, right? You're going to ignore your child?
It's not the content, it's the message.
You understand what I'm saying?
Well, it's not, let me not say the content, but it's not the delivery of the message. It's the message.
Because the reality is, they don't want us to know at all. They don't want us to know the statistics. They don't want us to know the statistics has context behind it or substance behind it. They don't want us to know. But sadly, some of us are educated, and we do.
All right. That brings us to the end of this fucking week. I hope y'all all get some sleep this weekend.
And just get off of social media.
No, for real.
Journalists.
Well, watch our show and then get off of social media.
Journalists, personalities. I understand that you have to keep up with the times, and you might think that you're missing an action or something, but you will catch it Monday morning, sis. Yeah. It's not that serious.
Y'all be good. Spread some light this weekend. Spread some love this weekend, for real.
Tell your brothers and sisters you love them. Hug them. Do what you have to do. There's going to be a vigil for people who live in New York City. There's going to be a candle lighting tomorrow at Brooklyn Bridge Park. Saturday night. It starts at 7:30 p.m. So if you can make it out, come through with your signs, your love, incense. I got a lot of incense. Jamaican fruit, rain type, sandalwood. So if you need one.
Fresh pussy. Cover all of my favorite flavors.
Always make a joke out of something, black people. Exactly. I love you so much. I love you so much.
Love y'all.
And don't be afraid to comment. Don't text me. Don't call me and tell me you watch the show. Comment below. Go ahead. Subscribe. The box is right here.
The box. About to get all about that. Yes. Give me a hug.
I knew you were going to do that.
I love you, kid.
I love you too.
We'll talk next week. Y'all be good. Peace out.
Bye.
Black people, 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 black people.
I'm black, y'all. No.